My name is Barnas, and today I'm going to be telling you a little bit about one of my absolute favorite fossils, the ammonite. And I'm also going to show you how you can make one yourself at home. Now, most of these guys were pretty small, but some of them were actually really large, actually almost the size of a human, or maybe even twice the size of a human. Whoa!
Note that ammonites did not actually breathe fire.
Anyway, they're extinct now, but they were around for a really long time. They lived from about 250 million years ago, which is about when the trilobites went extinct, until about 66 million years ago when all the dinosaurs died out. And ammonites were highly intelligent creatures too. They're related to the modern day cephalopods like the squid or the octopus. And they were really important as fossils too, because they were so ubiquitous or widespread around the world that if you found an ammonite somewhere, you could pretty much tell the age of all the other creatures around it. This is what we're going to make, a fossil cast. Nearly identical, right? The real one is on the left. One of the key things we're going to need for this activity is something called latex mold builder. It's got a little bit of a funny smell. It claims to be non-toxic, so just be sure to use safety precautions. It's also a little bit like paste or paint, and it dries pretty slowly, so just keep in mind that this activity is going to take a while to complete. And this latex will harden into a mold that's very flexible, almost like rubber, just like this. And another thing you're going to need is plaster of Paris, and you probably don't need too much, but it really depends on how much you want to make. And the process we're going to talk about will allow you to make a full three-dimensional, two-sided replica of a fossil. But if you want, you can go ahead and just make a one-sided one, which is much easier, like this trilobite or this ammonite. So to keep you from falling asleep, we're going to go through this process at high speed. Don't use a very expensive fossil for this, since this process might damage it a little tiny bit. First, we're going to start coating it with the latex mold builder and wait for it to dry. And then do it again and again for a few coatings. More coatings are better. Then we're going to reinforce it with a little bit of tissue paper. This is a very important step to make sure that the mold holds together. Then after it dries, we're going to check it out and make sure it's solid. Using a scrap piece of cardboard, we're going to cut out the shape of an ammonite so it fits. Then we're going to use the latex to make sure it sticks to the cardboard. And then turn it around and make sure and reinforce the other side too. A layer of paper towel and some regular paper and another coat of latex. And we can apply a powder spray to make sure this side of the mold comes off, since it will be stickier. Make sure you have paper or paper towels in between those layers to prevent them from sticking. And we can put a piece of cardboard on the other side of the mold. We reinforce the edges with a little more cardboard and then run some spare nails through it to make sure that the whole mold stays together and stays straight. After we pull the mold apart and remove the original fossil, our mold is ready to go. Put a little plaster in one side of the mold evenly and let it dry. Then put a little wet plaster in the other side and squeeze the molds together with the wet side down until a little plaster comes out the sides. After clamping the sides together, let it dry thoroughly for a few hours. When you first pull it out, it won't be perfect, but you can use your fingernails and a little extra plaster to fix up holes while it's still wet. It looks just like the original. Mix a little brown acrylic paint in water and quickly run it over the cast, and it will look just like a real ammonite that you can give to your friends and teach other people about the awesome ammonite.